Ladies and gentlemen, it's the start of a brand new week, and with that comes new gaming news. Now, allegedly, there's going to be a Nintendo Direct this week. I don't know if that's happening or not, but don't worry, I have you covered with the gaming news, so let's just go and get right into this video. So before we get into this actual video, I'm not opposed to getting stuff cheaper. You know, if there's a cheaper option of something that's legit, I'll just get the cheaper option because I like saving money. The Nintendo Switch dock is still currently like $60 or something like that. That's cool, but no, hell no, I'm not doing that. So I needed a new Switch dock, and I seen this little contraption, right? I think on Amazon for $15. So a $15 Nintendo Switch dock. It's small and you can throw it anywhere you need to throw it. Now, where they lose a couple points is everything else, like the branding. So at first, this might look like a Nintendo Switch logo. I don't know if it's going to focus, but it's a little weird. Instead of Nintendo Switch, it says, I don't know if it's going to show up, but it says Need Use Switch. So now that that's out of the way, hit a like and subscribe before we get started because that would really mean the world to me. And keep in mind, every Saturday I give away Nintendo eShop gift cards right here on my channel. In videos, all you have to do is be a subscriber and be following on Instagram or Twitter or both of them. And just let me know that you came from YouTube. But that's my way of giving back to my amazing community. And let's just get into this video now. So over the past year, one of my favorite gaming franchises ever has been having a lot of talk about remakes and remasters. And when you think about the series, there's only like a certain few games that can actually remaster and it would make sense. Obviously, I think I'm showing God of War footage right now, so that's what I'm talking about is God of War. God of War 2018 is incredible. I think it's actually a perfect game. I enjoyed Ragnarok, and I like how it, I guess, expanded the story and had some new locations and stuff. But I do think 2018 is a tighter experience. Now, I never played the old God of War games. I think it's called like the Greek trilogy, if I'm not mistaken. And then there's a PSP game as well. I never played any of those, so I would love to play them. But at this point, if they're going to remake them or remaster them, then I should just wait for that because it's going to be a better experience. And we've had rumors of this happening for quite a while, and then we keep having PlayStation events and it never shows up. But today we have more news, and it's coming from a credible place, and it seems like this is happening very soon, finally. Jeff Grubb says God of War Remaster announcement will happen around the anniversary in March, and there's like a week left in this month. Actually, talking about the end of this month, my birthday is February 28th. Arguably the most important day of the year for the whole world. And that's on Friday, so March is starting very, very soon, so this should be happening even sooner, right? I think that those God of War Remaster rumors just jumped the gun a little bit. That stuff will happen closer to this, and quote reply to this. I can finally reveal that I'm making an Odin piece for the God of War 20th anniversary show next month. And I think this was on Blue Sky, I think that's what this stuff is. So when we think about this, it just makes the most sense for this to be the Greek trilogy remasters. But the top comment in this thread is pissing me off just because it's something that can actually happen. Imagine all the Greek remaster speculation and then it's 2018. And it's like, yeah, that's funny, but that wouldn't happen. But then we have to think about Sony, who keeps remastering games that do not need a remaster. Horizon Forbidden West got a remaster, I think. The Last of Us has been remastered like 47 times. They just announced that Days Gone is getting remasters. So as dumb as that would be, that's actually something that could happen. So in this video today, we're going to talk about the three big gaming companies. We have PlayStation news, Xbox news, and Nintendo news. Now let's get into some Xbox news, which I kind of don't hate for once. A new Xbox controller has leaked. New codenames have been found in the Red Better xCloud files. Yeah, you can see all the codenames here. All signs point to this controller being compatible with the next Xbox, so I don't know if I'm too happy about that. But it could be released sooner than expected. This controller is already listed in the cloud gaming files. The controller is said to come with modular and with improved haptics similar to DualSense. That would be incredible. Goodbye to batteries, now rechargeable battery. I mean, what are they doing here? This is like 15 years behind everybody else? Gesture to wake up the controller, part of the console renewal. With these features, Microsoft seems to be preparing a strong blow in the industry, and now it would want to compete with the functions of the DualSense, but with the Xbox design. I don't know if this would be a strong blow to the industry, especially when you're 15 years behind your competitors. I have to be honest for a moment, one thing I didn't mind about the Xbox controller is the batteries, simply from a standpoint of nostalgia. I remember like asking my grandma for batteries all the time for my Game Boy and then for controllers back in the day. And then over a decade ago, you just didn't need batteries in gaming anymore. Everything was rechargeable. So every time I would put batteries in my Xbox Series S controller, I would be like, man, this is so nostalgic. But to be honest, it's pretty dumb. Like, why did it take so long? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think Xbox and Duracell had like some kind of partnership, maybe, and maybe that's why they were doing it for so long. But yeah, a better Xbox controller that has haptics and no batteries sounds pretty promising. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's start getting into some Nintendo Switch 2 news. It's crazy, now that I talk about Nintendo news, it's rarely ever Nintendo Switch news anymore. And it's kind of cool that we're finally ushering into that generation. But we have 2 Nintendo Switch 2 things to go over today. One is dumb, and the other one seems pretty like promising or pretty credible where it's coming from. But first, look at this posting right here. I do not know what website this is on because it's just a screenshot, but I want to say possibly eBay. Maybe this is like the eBay mobile app. But it says Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders, serious buyers only. And this person has 100% positive feedback with 243 sales, so maybe there's some credibility to this. But $325 with free shipping. And yeah, this is coming from the 27th of February to March 4th. I don't think pre-orders would happen before April 2nd. For the Switch 2 Direct, maybe there's a Nintendo Direct this week, and then at the end of that Nintendo Direct, they magically announce that pre-orders for the Switch 2 are starting early, like these are pre-orders or early pre-orders or something, and that could happen. I doubt it. Just trying to play devil's advocate here. But yeah, I'm expecting we're going to see a lot more dumbass stuff like this pop up more and more as we get closer to that inevitable launch of the console. The price point, $325, that was the thing I wanted to talk about. You got to keep in mind, Nintendo said they want to have a very cheap console that a lot of people can afford. So maybe, but it just looks nice seeing it like this, right? I would love to go to Walmart and see a Nintendo Switch 2 sitting in the case and the price to actually say $325. That would make me pretty happy, especially when every console seems to be like $500 now. So now let's talk about the release of the Nintendo Switch 2, or the release date or release window. We can speculate, right? And that's what everybody's doing. But we also have some insight from former Nintendo employees giving us their opinion. And I gotta say that their opinion probably counts more than a lot of other people, right? Rumor, former Nintendo employee predicts when Switch 2 could release. And to save you some time, I think they're talking about Kit and Krista here. A former Nintendo employee referred to only by his first name, Sean, appeared on Kit and Krista's Nintendo podcast. Oh, I thought it was Kit and Krista, but this is a former Nintendo employee named Sean. Okay, yeah, they appeared on their podcast to give his 2 cents on when to expect the console. According to Sean, who worked on Nintendo US retail marketing and strategy teams, the Switch 2 will likely launch at the start of summer, more specifically in June. This is closer to the earlier rumors that suggested the Switch 2 will drop on May 22nd. A date fans have noticed aligns with the gap between the first Switch Direct and its launch date. Sean also offered a practical explanation for his more general estimate, saying an early summer release would help Nintendo capitalize on the excitement from students looking forward to the end of the school year. This person worked for Nintendo in their retail marketing and strategy teams. That's about as close to, I don't want to say a source you can get, but to somebody who knows what they're talking about and has a real idea, has a real hypothesis, and has like real information to back that up. So June, that's kind of what we've all been expecting, you know what I mean? The May release date seems cool, but I think June just makes more sense. I think it gives people enough time to pre-order, to get things ready, to get all the pieces in place. If pre-order start April 2nd, maybe the middle of June is when the release date will be. I think it just gives Nintendo more time to get stock everywhere, and the demand for this console is insane. This truly could be one of the biggest gaming launches of all time, like a console launch ever. The more time Nintendo has to get the pieces in place just makes more sense, you know what I mean? But fingers crossed, June sounds cool, May sounds cooler to be honest. Hell, next week sounds the coolest, but that's probably not going to happen. So in the comments below, let me know what you guys are thinking. Start a conversation, because I love hearing from you guys. And if you made it all the way to this part of the video, you're an amazing human. So join this community. Our community is pretty cool. Hit a like and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter or X or whatever it's called, and help this community grow. And you guys know me, I'll see you very soon with a new video. Peace out.